Alright guys, just San here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing whether or not you should summon for the up-and-coming LR Bulma. Because of course, we need to get the information for the LR, and dude, she's crazy. She's absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure she's like a top 3 unit in the game. I mean, a big issue with her would probably be her teams. But I mean, the support, dude. She's a crazy support. So regardless of what team you have her on, she'll provide a ton of value. Because of course she'll be making everyone look really good. And just her herself is crazy, right? With the damage reduction, you know, the guard and everything. So she's just going to be an absolute unit. But I know a lot of people are probably caught in the middle of whether they should summon on her banner. Now, at the time of recording this, we don't know exactly what her banner is going to look like. But we can kind of make a rough estimate of what the format is going to be. Because, of course, it's a legendary summon banner. And they did recently just change the format of legendary summon banners. So we can kind of go off the previous one we saw. But before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it at any point, feel free to like and subscribe. There are also timestamps in the video, so we're going to be talking about if you should summon on the Bulma's banner, and then after that, we'll go over some up-and-coming stuff to Global Dokkan. So, alright, Bulma's banner should look somewhat similar to this. This was the LR Super Boost banner, because this was the last legendary summon banner we saw. So there is going to be 6 featured units, and obviously the main LR. So we will get 2 featured LRs. I can't really predict what those would be. They're usually kind of random. I mean, they have some theme, like, correlated with the headlining unit, but it's nothing, like, too specific. So the 2 LRs could really be whatever. And then, of course, you know, the featured units typically aren't really that good for legendary summon banners, but, I mean, maybe they want to change it and make this, like, an amazing banner and make the featured units crazy. But I'm, like, 90% sure that you should probably just skip this banner, right? Because regardless of how crazy Bulma is, I mean, we already got that out of the way, right? Bulma's insane. Her banner probably isn't. Of course, there's a lot of unfeatured LRs that you could pull, but I just don't think summoning on this is going to be worth it, especially for global players because, well, I'm sure you know, 8th year anniversary is coming up very soon. So I think there's just better banners on the horizon. So I don't think going too deep in the Bulma's banner is really going to be that smart. But if you're a really big fan of Bulma, or, you know, if you think she'd really help your box out a lot, then maybe going a couple multis wouldn't be the worst idea. Because again, dude, she's crazy. So if you do end up pulling her, then your summons will have definitely been worth it. Because, you know, like we said, 5th time in this video, she's definitely really, really crazy. So, alright, moving on to the next thing we would see on Global Dokkan is Super 17. Now, this guy has a little bit of controversy around him because, of course, his transformation into actual Super 17 is really hard to get. And then once you do transform into Super 17, it takes a bit for him to actually be fully built up. But, I mean, he's still good, right? There's just some conditions that can be kind of wonky to see this guy in his full potential. But for the most part, he's going to be really useful. His banner isn't really that great, though. I would actually say you'd probably skip this, too. I mean, there's some standout options. Of course, Super 17 is very good. The banner unit is really good if you're facing a Goku enemy, but if you're not, then he's not really going to be all that crazy. Pan, of course, is pretty solid. Tech Androids, we did actually just do a showcase on them. They're still pretty good. EZA Super 17 is alright. I don't want to say he's amazing because, I mean, of course, you know, he's fallen off a bit because power creep, but he's still solid, right? I'll say that. He's still pretty good. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just kind of sucks, and then Physical Goten and Trunks just kind of suck. So, overall, not the greatest banner. I think best case scenario, you're walking away with Super 17, and even then, you really have to have specific units to run him with for him to actually be good. So, I don't think summoning on this is going to be that smart, but same thing with the Bulma banner. If you're a really big Super 17 fan, or you really think he could help your box out, maybe going a couple multis in this banner wouldn't be the worst idea, but I advise against it even more than the Bulma's banner, because, of course, the 8th year anniversary is just closer to releasing by the time Super 17 comes out. And, you know, the 8th year anniversary banners are just infinitely better than this. So, you know, if you really think Super 17 could benefit your box, maybe going a couple multis in wouldn't be the worst idea, especially if there's discounts, and there probably will be. But still, I just, you know, if you really want to benefit your box, you know, the most, I don't think summoning on this guy's banner will, you know, help you out that much. But anyway, after Super 17, we will see the LR Super Boost banner. I already showed this guy's banner, really, so won't talk about it for too long. But Super Boo is really crazy. He can do a ton of damage. Janemba is really good. And then other than that, the banner kind of sucks. I mean, I guess Janemba is alright, too. But other than those 3 units, it's a really bad banner, so you probably shouldn't summon on it. Of course, you do have the possibility to pull some unfeatured LRs, which, you know, there's a lot of good ones. You know, again, we mentioned Janemba. There's the Goku and Piccolo. There's Bojack. He's pretty solid with his EZA. Fuse Zamasu, Golden Frieza. So there's definitely options, right? But I think overall, once again, the 8th year anniversary banner's value is just way better. I mean, you know, you could really only pull those 3 units, and then you'll have walked away from this banner with something good in terms of like the featured units. So not the greatest banner. I mean, typically legendary summon banners aren't really all that good. It's kind of why I'm advising you don't summon on Bulma too. But then after LR Super Boo, we should finally get the 8th year anniversary banners, which the Part 1 banners is just crazy, right? I mean, the Part 2 banners are alright. They're the Carnival banners. But the Part 1 banners it's crazy, right? This is the ones you're really going to want to summon on. I mean, of course, there's not really any units you could pull that are bad necessarily. I mean, I'd say maybe the Int Vegeta and the Physical Goku are not as great, but then other than them, everyone on the banner is really good. Of course, the new units are some of the best units in the game. Both the banner units are good. I mean, Ice and Nova Shenron, actually, that kind of sucks. So if you pull them, that's kind of an L. But Gotenks and Piccolo are actually really good. I feel like they're a little bit underrated because they are a defensive stacker and they do dodge. So they can definitely be really useful. And then there's the Gammas on the banner, which me personally, I'm really excited for their return because I have yet to pull them on my main account. Either one of them. I don't have them. So me personally, I'm really looking forward to their return. So yeah, the Gamma is definitely really crazy. And then you have LR Cooler and then LR Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, who are both insane. I mean, you know, obviously they were released pretty recently, right? They're the latest Worldwide Download Celebration LRs, so they both are very, very good. You've got the Namek Frieza and then the Namek Goku. They're both good, right? They're both stackers for defense and offense. So, you know, in terms of their attack stats and defensive stats, they can get to some pretty crazy levels. But that's really only in long events. For short events, which is kind of how content is geared towards right now, they're not really going to be the craziest necessarily for like the first couple turns. So right now, you know, they're not insane, but they're still really good. For newer players, you'll find a ton of value in them. And even for certain like category missions and stuff, they'll be very useful, right? So still 2 very good LRs there. You've got the 7th year anniversary LRs who are just insane, right? I mean, I won't talk about them for too long. You know, the 7th year anniversary LRs are crazy. They're aging just amazing, right? And then you've got the 6th year anniversary LRs. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta sucks, and then UI Goku's amazing. You've got the 5th year anniversary LRs, which after their EZA, they're like top 5. So they're insane. They're definitely good units to pull. And then you've got the STR Vegito and then the Boo Tanks. So right now, they're not crazy. But I promise you, once they get their EZA in like 3 months, they're going to be top tier, right? So right now, they're not amazing. But again, their EZA is going to be busted, I could already tell you. And they're obviously going to EZA very soon. They're really the only like hype Dokkan Fest LR EZA that makes sense. I mean, other than the 6th year anniversary LRs, but I would say it's a little too soon for them. So I think the Boo Tanks and Vegito could get an EZA very soon because it makes sense and they could definitely be really good. And I already talked about the Vegeta and the Goku. You know, they're not crazy, but I guess for newer players, they can be all right. I mean, they might get an EZA soon as well. They released a couple years ago, so it's possible for them. But, I mean, yeah, those are the 8th year anniversary banners. You should summon on them, right? They're definitely very good. Doesn't really matter who you pull. It's going to be a W, right? I mean, just with all the featured LRs, you know, and just everything on the banners, they're just very good. So, yeah, definitely 2 really good banners. You should absolutely be saving for them. And then we have the Part 2 LR banners, or the Carnival LR banners, I guess. They're good. They're not bad by any means as far as a Carnival LR banner goes. They definitely got some really good options. You've got Birdku on here. You've got the Super Saiyan Goku and Gohan, who are very good. You've got Fused Zamasu, who's pretty good. And then on the other banner, you've got Golden Frieza, Metal Cooler, Goku and Piccolo, Great Ape Vegeta, who can be pretty good. And then, of course, both the 2 new LRs are really crazy. So there's definitely good options. But, I mean, the value for the Part 2 banners still aren't as good as the Part 1 banners, right? I mean, I don't want to sound like your typical Dokkan YouTuber, but just save for anniversary. I mean, that's pretty much the main takeaway of the video. I mean, there's a reason everyone's telling you to save for these banners, right? They're very, very good. And especially if you save for them right when they release, you know, you'll have the 3-for-1 discount multis, you'll get all the tickets and all that. So there's just a ton of value in saving up a bunch of stones and then summoning for them right when they come out. Because then, obviously, again, you have the 3-for-1 multi, so then you can get more multis in, you got more of a chance to pull these units. So overall, really crazy banners. And once again, the main takeaway from the video, save for 8th year anniversary. But alright, that has been the video. Let me know what you guys are saving for. If you decide to summon for Bulma too, I mean, more power to you. It's your stones, do what you want. I'm just trying to help guide you in the best direction possible. But again, I don't blame you for summoning for Bulma. She's really crazy. Or, you know, Super 17 or LR Boo. But yeah, once again, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.